Hello there, and welcome to the Bit of Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. I'm, of course, George. Welcome on to the channel, everybody. Happy New Year. It's New Year's Day, of course. Hope everybody's had a good day. And yeah, certainly we're talking about Leeds United, and it's disappointing at the moment, actually, and quite raw straight after the game. Very disappointing result, really, for Leeds. We'll get straight into it. There were four changes. Basically, I think I think Farker just brought back in the four that he dropped out in the win against Derby, didn't he? So we're back at home. I think Blackburn coming in off it, no wins in three. Obviously, it's no wins in four now, but they'll be quite happy with that point, really, won't they? Any Blackburn fans, let me know. Are we happy with that? Did you go today to Ellen Road? It was a horrific game, to be fair. Let's talk about it anyway. Four changes, and I just didn't think Leeds have got going. They didn't press home the kind of home advantage. They didn't really play with any kind of pace. It was all a bit slow, a bit tepid in the first half. Didn't really get much at all. I think Pascal Strout's header from that corner was the only thing that we had at all. And they weren't really looking very dangerous at all either. Really poor showing first half. It was a really tepid match. Continued into the second half, to be fair, and it was basically attack against defence. And can we break Blackburn down? We had a couple of injuries early on. I think Boga went off. I think Ethan Ampadu was playing right back, wasn't he, for most of the second half? I think Rothwell came off, didn't he, at some stage? But and at some point you're thinking, what's he going for? This, where's he going with this? Throwing all these attacking off. Took Solomon off, which I thought was a mistake. I thought Solomon was one of the brightest sparks on the pitch on the day. I thought Dan James had a really poor game. He's funny player, Dan James. He has a really good game, and a few games in a row. And he has a really poor one. But I think because he's such an integral part of our team that you really notice it when he doesn't play well. For me, really poor today. A lot of crosses, lot of wayward crosses. Crosses that didn't hit the first, get past the first man, but they were playing up against basically 11 defenders, wasn't it? Really, it was all packed in there, in and around the area. It was very tight, very difficult for Leeds to find up much space at all. I thought when he came on, Max Vober affected the play in a way that I thought he did all right. But generally, we didn't do enough. We didn't do enough. We didn't challenge them enough to open up the play and say, hey, let's open up and play a different way. It was just all the same, mainly looking for Dan James down that right hand side, and it just wasn't working. It wasn't working. You could say fair enough. Blackburn, they did defend well. I mean, that's what you've got to do at Ellen Road, and that's the way you get a result. I mean, John Eustace knows how to do it against Daniel Fark. That's three unbeaten now. I think that's four unbeaten now in his ventures against Leeds United. So very, very disappointing. And Blackburn just seemed to be a team that we just can't seem to get the better of. Um, they didn't play well as such, but defensively they were resolute, and that's what you've got to be, and take your chances when you get it. And they did that, and I don't know how they've managed to really get a point from that game. I don't think we were really good enough for three, but when you're getting into the position at 1-0 in the 90th minute, I know there were 10 minutes of injury time, but that went without incident really. But you know when you get to that point in the last minute of the game, you have to finish it. You have to finish it off, and it's unforgivable for me that Leeds United didn't finish that game with 3 points. Not that they deserved to. Like I said, I didn't think they deserved to at all. I thought there was slow, lethargic play, which we have seen before at Ellen Road, and I know it's been a lot of games in a short space of time, but this is nothing new for the championship and players that are involved in the championship. It happens every year, so you condition your body to play like that, and the squad is there for that reason. And we've seen him rotate it, but today I just didn't think Leeds were at it at all. I thought, fair play to Blackburn because they defended resolutely. Like I said, they weren't up to much attacking wise, but you take the opportunity when you can, and they'll be absolutely buzzing with that point. And I'm sure they will, and that's the mentality of a lot of teams that come to Ellen Road. If you get a point, then that's really good. I mean, to be fair, we'd won the last 9 at home, and it should have been 10 really. But like I said, if you defend like that at corner kicks, then you're going to get punished, and they just switched off. I thought Ao Tanaka was horrendous today actually, and if I'm being completely honest, and it just didn't affect the play at all. And I think going from that last minute, that corner kick, you've allowed him to get across you. You're in sleepland, mate. You're in dreamland, sleepland. You're sleeping. We've just scored. Just you don't expect them to get on. No, be about your game and try and affect it. If you get across him, get the ball. You move forward. You've allowed him their player to cut across you, get in, and you've got to then scramble back and put it away for a corner. But that's not excuse. That's you can then still defend the corner properly. But Leeds just went to, they fell apart, and they thought they'd already won the game, and it's unforgivable that. And I hope he gives them a real dressing down actually in the dressing room after that, because it's unforgivable. It's cost us 2 points. It's cost us 2 points. We didn't deserve to win that game. We didn't deserve to win that game, but when you get into that position, it's a lovely penalty by Pascal Struijk. It is a penalty. It's a lazy challenge, isn't it, from Himes, is it? It's a lazy tackle. It was a penalty. And at that point, you just think, yeah, put it away, which he did really well. Come on now, we're going to win the game. See it out, which we usually do. But I think they just lost their heads a bit. And like I said, I was annoyed with Tanaka. I thought he played poorly, but that just for me was the icing on the cake. You've got to track your runner, track your man, and make sure the ball doesn't. You can't in a position where you're on the back foot, and he allowed him to get across him. The point where he's got to scramble it away for a late corner. Anything can happen at that point, but you've got to switch yourself on for corner kicks. It's gone deep. They've retrieved it. The big man at the back has got his head on it and just knocked it back into the area. And you've got to be covering those players. He shanked it in, Danny Bath, but it's gone in, and they've got a point. And yeah, it's disappointing. But there you go. I mean, Burnley have drawn. We're still 2 points, no, 3 points clear of them at the top. Sheffield United play Sunderland later on. They will go level if they win, of course, now. So yeah, it was a big opportunity, and we were, I suppose 10 minutes away in the end from winning that game. But yeah, not happy really with that result really. But in the end, if you look at it, I don't think if we got that penalty, they were finding it really really difficult to break Blackburn down. And I think having had all those space of games in this short space of time, I think it was probably a bit too much for their legs in the end, and for the Leeds boys, and Blackburn, when they come to Ellen Road, any team coming to Ellen Road, they always put that extra bit in, don't they? And they saw an opportunity with that corner, and they got a result from it. And there you go. What more can you say? It's we move on to Hull away, isn't it, on Saturday? So yeah, we'll see what happens there. Hopefully, it'll be back on to a win, but disappointing. But there you go. Let me your thoughts in the comments down below. Happy New Year, like I said to everybody at the top. Marching on together. I'll see you on the next one.